Greetings, folks. This is Xiao-Fury. And the buzz right now just happens to be the dead on arrival Snow White and the 7 whatever these people are supposed to be. Now, what I've learned about this Snow Brown and the 7 extras is that, of course, Snow White will be played by a Latina. I've lived around many Hispanic communities, and some folks of the Latino persuasion can really not have brown skin, you know. Some of them look just like an average white person until they open up their mouth and they are speaking like fluent Spanish. Now, the whole issue is that Snow White, if you know the story, she has hair, is black as ebony, red lips like the rose, and skin white as snow, hence her name, Snow White. Why on earth would you recast this woman with anybody who doesn't have skin white as snow? But this is Disney. Disney decided that, yep, we're stupid, we are racist, and we are going to update the story for whoever this moderate audience is. I don't know who this moderate audience are. They're dumb, whoever they are. Again, footage came out about the new live Snow White movie in the making. Turns out the lady in the Party City-ish Snow White costume was not the young actress who goes by the name of Rachel Zegler, whatever. Behind her, you have the 7 magical creatures, as Disney now wants to refer to them as, because apparently calling a person who actually has dwarvism a dwarf is offensive. Now look, I try to be fair when it's coming to people and their disabilities, but at the same time, you have got to get over yourself. You have got to acknowledge that, yes, I do have this type of disability. It is starting to become a doggone chore that we got to now call people who were born with dwarfism little people, because, all right, I don't show my face much in these videos or my height, but I stand at an astounding 5 feet 0. I'm short. I'm a short woman. And I don't know what's the average height for the quote-unquote little people, but I don't have dwarfism, all right? I'm actually don't have that disability, praise God. I'm a short person who just made it over 4 feet. And it don't seem like I'm getting any taller as I grow older. And why I'm saying that's because now look, I don't want to get called something that I'm not. No, the little people want to be called little people, or the vertically restricted, or it's stupid. Getting a little tired of having to bend the knee to all these people who are so offended. Look, I'm sorry you were born with that condition, but you're still alive. Because if I'm not mistaken, there was one of the quote-unquote little people was upset. He goes by the name of Peter Dinklage or something like that. This fella is upset that Disney was at one time going to remake apparently this is what he was complaining about. He's upset at the original Snow White film and the depiction of the dwarves. Going on a potty mouth rant, he was complaining that the dwarves live in caves and it's offensive, and, well, for one, idiot man don't really know the story. The 7 dwarves didn't live in a cave, they worked in the cave. They are miners. And I don't know the whole Brothers Grimm version of Snow White. I don't even know if they were the first makers of Snow White. But all I know is that the Brothers Grimms, if they're still alive, they need to go outside because they just have an obsession with turning everything dark and creepy. I digress. Anyway, because Mr. Peter made this rant about the original Snow White movie, or animated movie, Disney decided that they're not going to include as many dwarves as the original movie has. You know, it was supposed to have 7 of them. But instead, if you look at this goofy picture of these people in these really odd costumes, there's only 1 dwarf, and the rest are black folks, 1 black female, white folks, and none of them are dwarves. None of them are short enough to be called dwarves. It's stupid. It's so dumb. So this guy Peter, in his rant of trying to protect his people, he just pushed other little people out of work. That's diversity for you. I thought it was supposed to be about inclusivity. I hate that word. I seriously hate that word. But well, Disney, being the idiots that they are, I've read that they're also changing the story of Snow White. That it's not about her finding love, just like how they did with that abomination Little Mermaid. It wasn't about her being in love with a guy, because Disney hates heterosexual relationships. They don't want men and women to be in love and start a family and be married and all that fun stuff. With all these later movies, they just cannot stand relationships. So Snow White, what I'm reading is that she reaches puberty in the movie, and now she's trying to find herself in the world to become strong, independent, I don't need no man type. Yeah, because that's Snow White. That's definitely the Snow White movie, well, the Snow White character that I remember. A self-centered, boring plank who has no interest in a man. What? Disney, stop. Women like men. Women love men. I'll say most of us do, because some women, there's nothing wrong with remaining celibate if you want to. Have at it. Or remaining a virgin, no problem. But the way Disney portrays this I don't need no man crap is unnecessary. Why would a woman just think about being in love with a man? I'm pretty certain almost every woman thinks that. For us who are not yet married, we want relationships with our fellow man. I do. Okay, what other stupid stuff about the Snow White movie? So the casting is also very odd. Rachel Zegler, you know, she's pretty. I get so tired of putting this disclaimer out. Yeah, she's a pretty girl, blah, blah, blah. But she has a nice French tan. You know, she has like coffee creamer. Or brown sugar, you know. There's nothing wrong with her skin complexion, except it ain't white as snow. And the stepmom, who I'm hearing will be casted by Gal Gadot, the woman who plays Wonder Woman. And forgive me, you know, probably not a wise thing to pit beauty versus beauty, but Gal Gadot, being an older woman, I think she's older than Rachel, she's 2 times beautiful than Rachel. I'm sorry, Gal Gadot is more beautiful. And yes, she's going to be the Wicked Stepmother. Now, Wicked Stepmother was beautiful in the animated film, just very vain. Her whole purpose of trying to destroy Snow White is because the mirror said that Snow White is more fair and rags can't hide her beauty. The step queen, if you will, stepmother, she is beautiful. But you picked a woman who is even more beautiful than what Snow White is supposed to be. And this is going to cause trouble. This is going to cause trouble. Because they might have people who's going to say, well, hey, I want to watch it just because Gal Gadot. Oh, I wish Miss Gadot would have picked a better movie to play in. Because this is going to cause trouble. It just will. You made the stepmother more fair than Snow White. Now, of course, most of us know that it wasn't just Snow White's outer beauty. The thing that made Snow White the most fair in the land was she was a precious little virgin. She was pure at heart. And to boot, she was very beautiful. That's the real pureness found in Snow White. But this Rachel Zegler, she's just like Haley Bailey or whatever that girl named, the one who played the mermaid. She's just as rotten as she is. They both know what they're doing. She said, yes, I'm playing Snow White, and no, I'm not going to bleach my skin. I mean, nobody asked you to. But this is a bad casting. You're not white. Her skin is white as snow. You are just somebody in a doggone Spirit of Halloween costume. That's all you are, sister. And the movie's gonna die. It's already dead on arrival. It had the whole internet in the uproar that Disney had to come out and lie and say, no, these pictures are fake. But the media actually called them to task about this. The pictures were not fake. They only confirmed that 2 of the actors were not the actual actors who appear in the movie. But other pictures show that there's a live studio behind them, and this is probably what's going to appear in the movie. 7 magical creatures, because now dwarves are apparently too offensive to be seen on television. It's stupid. I will wait on the reviews because I will not give Disney even a penny of my money. This is gonna be hilarious. Disney is already in massive debt, but it don't matter to Disney. It's all about that message. Even if it costs them the destruction of the Disney company, period. Then so be it. You do it, Disney. Go on with your bad selves. But anyway, that's all for now. This is just some hilariously bad stuff going on. So, thank you all, and I will talk to you all soon.